Now, tonight I wanted to reflect on the second ayah of this surah, of Surah Ibrahim. Just the very first part of it, الَّذِينَ يَسْتَحِبُّونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا عَلَى الْآخِرَةِ. Those who have chosen the life of this world in preference to the hereafter. They love the world more than they love the hereafter. They love the world more than they love the hereafter. And you might notice that the word is yastahibbun. Yastahibbun is stronger than yuhibbun. It obviously speaks to a rule in the Arabic language about kathrat al-mabani, tudillu ala quwwat al-ma'ani, that the more letters that are added, the stronger the meaning becomes. So it's a stronger meaning that we have. On top of that, though, is a discussion about what happens when we have an unhealthy love and an attachment to this world. And there's a statement that often gets quoted as a hadith. It's not actually authentically narrated as a hadith. حُبُّ الدُّنْيَا رَأْسُ كُلِّ خَطِيئَةٍ, that the love of is the root cause, is that the root cause of every single sin. However, it is something that we find in our books of tazkiyah and our books of spirituality, and it does have strong meaning, and it does have a lot of truth for us to analyze. The love of this world is at the root of every sin, every sinful habit, every negative quality. There is too much of the love of this world that is involved in it. And some of you may have taken the course where I talk about Mukhtasar Minhaj al-Qasidin, the book by Imam al-Qudama rahimahullah, and we talk about this idea of the love of this world, the unhealthy love of this world being at the root cause. So I want us to think about this for a moment, inshallah ta'ala, and how this plays out. Now, what's going to follow in this ayah is that it plays out even in the deviation in regards to religion, the changing of religion to suit desires. That's how extreme the love of this world can become. But to talk about the love of this world from a few different perspectives, one of them is that the love of this world is what fuels an extraordinary sense of shahwa, desire. Now, Allah has told us that our desires are natural. We just have to make them conform by not letting those desires take us outside of what is permissible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, وَلَا تَنْسَى نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget yourself in this world. We are not asked to harm ourselves in this world or to do anything that would suggest that asceticism, that zuhd, is the abandonment of this world in the sense that we put ourselves in poverty or we put ourselves in a hard situation. In fact, moderation in how we deal with this world is what allows us to have a healthy attachment to the hereafter, because you'll find that the scholars of tazkiyah will talk about this idea of ifrat and tafrit, which is extreme denial or excess. If a person denies their natural desires to an extreme, then they're likely to end up acting upon them in an extreme fashion. So the counter of that, what's going to happen is that if you suppress desire in a way that's unnatural, you're eventually going to act upon them in a way that's unnatural. And so that's why the sunnah teaches us to channel our desires in a way that is permissible and in some ways rewardable, right? To pursue this world in the sense of seeking to be in a healthy financial situation. That's a healthy thing. Not so that a person could be extravagant, but so that a person could use what they have earned of this world for noble pursuits, and so that they could be sufficed with the permissible and not end up resorting to the prohibited, so that a person maintains dignity. Al-yadul ulya khayru min al-yad as-sufla. The Prophet ﷺ said that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. The upper hand is the giving hand, and the lower hand is the receiving hand. So you should seek to have the upper hand. You should seek to be in a healthy situation. Do not beg. Do not find yourself in a situation where you're in need of others. Find independence if you can. So it's healthy. The problem is when you allow your heart to become attached to those things. And so wealth is no longer in your hand, it is in your heart. You no longer possess things, things possess you. You allow for the love of this world to cause you to pursue things in a prohibited way, to act out in a prohibited way, and then even to oppress, right, and to harm. How many forms of oppression take place because of materialism, right?